Hey, hello everyone. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, and today we are again going to see a very important concept in C++, which is how to iterate maps in the map container. So I have seen this tendency in a lot of recent learners that they just want to directly iterate a map using auto keyword, which isn't entirely wrong, but I feel that we should first learn the basic stuff, like how we used to do it, and then only then we will be able to fully appreciate what map actually tries to solve. So we will be seeing the different ways, the more verbose way and the auto way. Okay, so let's. So first thing first, so this is the map we have. You can think of it like a cat to a salary tracker. So this is the name and this is the salary of this person. So this is first person is named cat1 and its salary is 45. Second name person is named cat2 and its salary is 556. Third person is, let's say, cat3 and its salary is 11. So if you see, this is how we have initialized our map. Okay, the map has key of string and the value is integer, as we can see it here. So the how max map internally exposes each of its entities as pairs. So this one is a pair, like a real STL pair, like st string int. So here this will actually be a pair stored like a pair. This will also be stored like a pair of string and integer. This will be stored like a pair of string and integer. Okay, this is very crucial. So each element in the map is stored like a pair of here pair of key comma value. Here the key is data type is string and the value data type is integer. Okay, so this is the first learning that we get. Let me copy it here and paste it here. Secondly, let's try to see how can we iterate the map. So first of all, we need to define an iterator of this type. So iterator is iterator it equals mp dot. So iterator, you can think of it like a wrapper around pointers. There are more things, there's more to it than just being a pointer, but for the purpose of simplicity we can assume that an iterator is same as a pointer. So this iterator is basically point. You can see that I have created this iterator for whose data type is this map itself, and I am pointing to the first element of the map, mp.begin. Okay, so let's just try to do something. Okay, let's just define it. I'm not declaring it, and inside this for loop I'm defining it. It equals mp.begin, it not equals mp.end, and it plus plus. Okay, so now you can print each of these values. Let's try to print. So since it is a pointer, so how do we dereference a pointer? Think about it. It's something which you would have done in C2 or even in C++. So to dereference a pointer, we would just use the star it. Okay, and what do we get when we dereference a pointer? Think about it. So this is just a pointer to the first element. It is just a pointer to mp.begin, which means that it will be a pointer to this element. It will not exactly be this element. So when we do a star it, we get this element. So what would be the data type of star it? Pause the video and think about it. So if you would have paused and thought about it, the actual data type of star it would be a pair, right? Because this is pair. Now how do we, now if I have to print the first element of the pair, what would I do? I would write something like this, and then I would like to write something like this, it dot second. Okay, let's just print this and try to compile this. Okay, So you can see it's printing cat.first as cat1, and it's basically printing the keys and the values. Okay, so this is fine. Now there is a little improved way, not improved, it's a bit just a nothing, just a syntactic sugar. So what is a syntactic sugar? Syntactic sugar are basically, you can think of them like they are used to improve the way the syntax are written, basically not complex like this one, mainly is to simplify the syntax. So there's the syntactic sugar in C++ where we say that star a dot x can be written like a arrow x. This is, you can actually write, they both of them are equivalent. Okay, so we'll be doing the same thing here. Instead of writing star it dot first, because you see it's a little cumbersome, so I can write it like it dot first. Both of them are equivalent, no difference. it dot it not dot it arrow second. Let's try to print this. Okay, so again you can see that we are getting the key values and the key values. Now let's go to the third point. Now we can see that writing something like this, map, string, integer, iterator, this can be very cumbersome. Imagine you have something like this, a map of vector of string, and this is the key and the value is, let's say, a string. Okay, so you have to create an iterator like this, which can get very cumbersome. So instead what we can do is you can write for auto it equals mp dot begin. So we are just an it not equals mp dot end it plus plus, and we'll copy paste the same thing. Okay, and yeah, so this is, so what this auto does is that it will automatically understand at after compilation that what will be the data type of this on the whatever is there on the right hand side, and we don't need to define the data type of this. Okay, so I hope this was helpful, and let's try to first run this. I have two more methods and we will see. 45, yeah, so you can see that this is also printing the key and the values, and yeah, so this is it. Let's see one another way, which is one of my favorite ways. Let's remove all of them. So this is basically range. I'll copy paste the whole code on my GitHub and I'll share it. Okay, so this is one of my favorite ways, but I'll keep this one to show the difference. Auto x mp, and here how are we going to do this? So unlike the for loop here in the line number 9 where it is actually a pointer, here x is not a pointer, here x is actually the pair. You can consider x to be like the dereference value to each of the pointers. So x is actually a the pair itself. You don't need to write something like star x. You don't need to dereference it basically. So x, the data type of x is in fact a pair. If you want to check, you can even check it. See out of type id dot name x. Let's first print this and then we will continue. Okay, what happened? Okay, type id x dot name. Uh-oh. Okay. Okay, so you can see that this is pair. As we had discussed, uh, it can be very long, so you can just think of it like it's a pair and pair of basic string and it's a pair of basic string and integer, but you cannot find it out where integer is written. But you don't have to be concerned. You can say that this is a pair, right? So each of this x is itself a pair. It's not a pointer or anything. So now we know that we can just use something like x dot first and x dot second. Okay. Let's try to compile this again. Okay, cool. So this was these are all the ways. There is one another method too, but this was introduced in C++ 17. So let's see that this whole syntax is actually called as structural binding, like this auto f comma s. We will see that in detail in next video, but for now let's just see how it looks like. So here you don't even need to do first dot x dot first, x dot second. This is already the first element, and this will already take the first element of the pair, and this will take the second element of the pair. So you just need to write f and s and endl, end of line. Let's try to compile this. Okay, so you can see this is also printing the first and the second element and the key and the values basically. So you see how far we came. We started with a very long and elaborate syntax where we were defining the pointer, the iterator, and we were iterating through it, and we first dereference it, and then we basically found out the first and the second element. And from there till here you can see that how concise this is, and this is much less error prone because you would be able to see that okay, the error is here. So yeah, I hope this was helpful to you guys in some ways. I will upload the code on GitHub and paste it in the comment. Okay, thanks, goodbye, good night, and take care.